heartbreak, scandal, and a storm of questions. It all started in whispers. Quiet rumors, anonymous reports, sealed files, cryptic messages online. Something didn't feel right at Coyote Pass, and then everything exploded. Kody Brown and Robyn handcuffed, hauled away in police custody, an official federal warrant. Viral footage of the arrest. Fans were left speechless. The story that once sold the dream of plural love had just turned into a federal nightmare. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but what's coming out now? It's disturbing. Insiders say the authorities have been watching Kody and Robyn for months. It began with suspicious financial activity, unusual adoption cases, guardianship paperwork that just didn't add up, and then the bombshell. Allegations of interstate trafficking, conspiracy, abuse of guardianship, obstruction of justice. This isn't reality TV anymore. This is federal crime territory. Janelle and Meri, shattered. They thought Kody was just manipulating emotions again, playing favorites, ignoring his kids. But this was deeper. This was darker. Janelle reportedly broke down in tears, saying, "I stayed for the kids. I thought I was protecting them. I never imagined this." And Meri? Furious and betrayed. I trusted Robyn, and she was running the whole game behind the scenes. Robyn Brown once seen as the doting mother, the peacemaker. But now? Fans are asking, was it all a lie? She was always on camera with the youngest children, always presenting the perfect image. But behind that mask, a trail of deception may have been unfolding. And now fans want answers. What did TLC know? And when did they know it? Because if these crimes were happening in the background, why did the cameras keep rolling? Why was the network still filming scenes with children? Then there's Christine Brown. She finally escaped, built a new life, found peace with David Woolley. She was happy until now. Now she's living a nightmare she thought she left behind. Sources say she's terrified for her grandkids. She feels like her past is crashing into her future and everything she rebuilt is crumbling. Her daughter Michael T is cooperating with investigators, and Gwendolyn, she posted just one line. "Told you." No one listened. The aftermath has ripped through more than just the Brown family. The entire Flagstaff community is shaken. Conversations are happening within polygamous circles. Serious questions, dark questions. How did this happen? Who protected them? And what kind of power was Robyn really holding? Authorities are now reviewing old TLC footage, unaired scenes, and contracts. There's even speculation that TLC had legal shields in place to protect the Browns and maybe themselves. But if the network ignored red flags, they may be facing serious legal blowback. At the time of arrest, Kody reportedly told the police, "This is a misunderstanding." But days earlier, his home was raided. Authorities seized files, some of them signed by Robyn, documents tied to the guardianship of children who weren't biologically hers. That sent up every red flag, and Robyn, completely hysterical. She clung to a child as she sobbed uncontrollably. She refused to speak to the press, refused legal counsel for hours. Too many. It felt like she was still trying to play the part, the loyal wife, the heartbroken mother. But the damage was done. The illusion was over. Fans are rewatching old episodes with new eyes. The cracks that once looked like drama now look like signs. And now, the adult children are pulling away too. Some have deleted photos of Kody. Others are posting cryptic messages. Truth, healing, accountability. Two family members, Pete and Leanne, are reportedly speaking with attorneys. Others are staying silent. But the silence is loud. This family isn't just broken, it's imploding. What began as a bold social experiment asterisk, a show about love, choice, and faith asterisk, is now unraveling into a cautionary tale about control, exploitation, and what happens when power goes unchecked for too long. And as federal charges stack up, children's futures hang in limbo. and public scrutiny intensifies, one thing is clear: this isn't over. For Meri, Janelle, and Christine, this may only be the beginning of a very long, painful battle. For fans who once believed in the dream, this is the brutal reality behind the curtain, behind sealed doors and redacted files. A dark paper trail has emerged: falsified adoptions, covert custody transfers, and guardianship deals that bypassed legal systems entirely. But what began as whispers of shady paperwork has exploded into something far more sinister. This isn't just negligence. This was orchestrated. According to multiple sources close to the investigation, the Browns weren't victims of a broken system. They were active participants, and the scope: chilling. Some documents point directly to links with international trafficking networks. The betrayal wasn't just legal, it was spiritual, emotional, personal. For Meri and Janelle, who had already stepped away from Kody and Robyn after years of favoritism, manipulation, and empty promises, the shock was too much to bear. Meri, upon learning the details, reportedly suffered a panic attack so severe she was rushed to the hospital. A close friend claimed she couldn't stop whispering one phrase over and over: "I didn't know. I didn't know." The steady anchor for so long, the rational one. The bridge between chaos and calm finally cracked. In a leaked family group chat, her words were raw: "He lied to us all." This wasn't cheating. This wasn't abandonment. This was evil that grew inside our home while we looked the other way. But no one perhaps has suffered more than Christine. She had spent decades in emotional exile, ignored, isolated, quietly erased until she found the strength to walk away and rebuild her life with David Woolley. She became a symbol of resilience. But when the news broke of Kody and Robyn's arrest, it shattered her. Neighbors claimed Christine collapsed in her driveway, sobbing uncontrollably. Her words were gutting: "It's over. Everything I built, my family, my faith, my story, it was all a lie." She had fought tooth and nail to shield her children from darkness. Now she's haunted by the possibility that danger had been much closer than she ever imagined. Her daughters, devastated. One reportedly screamed through tears, "I want to change my name." The scandal didn't just expose a crime. It unraveled the Brown identity itself. TLC wasted no time. A press release was issued within hours, all filming suspended indefinitely. Quietly, former crew members started speaking out. Some admitted they'd always felt something was off, especially the control Robyn exercised over the household. Others questioned why certain children were rarely ever shown on camera. Theories once relegated to Reddit threads and conspiracy podcasts are now front-page headlines, and it's only getting worse. Anonymous insiders say Robyn sealed LLC's erratic banking behavior. An obsessive push for private guardianship agreements are now under forensic scrutiny. The IRS, FBI, and multiple child welfare agencies are all circling. What started as rumor is now an open federal investigation. But beyond the headlines and hashtags, #Kody Brown trafficking, #justice for the kids dash, lies a fractured family in free fall. Many of the Brown children are reeling. Some have completely cut contact with their parents. Others are caught in limbo, torn between loyalty and horror. Biden released a cryptic video, quietly saying, "I always knew something was wrong, but not this." Mike LT and Tony have gone totally silent, allegedly in hiding with their twins. But Gwendolyn, ever brave, took to social media to make it clear, "I'll testify. They want me in court, I'll be there." Her voice joins a growing storm of survivors and former polygamist community members speaking out, demanding reform. Lawmakers are responding. Hearings are being called. And there's even talk of a new bill, one that could change child custody protections forever. Curtain. National media outlets are scrambling to produce exposes, documentaries, and breaking news specials about the Brown family scandal. But for Meri, Janelle, and Christine, no amount of coverage can undo the deep betrayal they feel. This isn't about public embarrassment. It's about years of trust shattered in the most devastating way. Christine, in particular, has gone silent, reportedly canceling all media appearances and possibly preparing to seek full custody of the younger children. In a final message to her supporters, she pleaded, "Please don't celebrate this. Please don't say I told you so. This isn't drama's tragedy. My heart is broken. My life feels over." As the justice system moves forward, charges are stacking that could send Kody and Robyn to prison for decades. Once celebrated as symbols of sacred love and family strength, the Browns are now the center of a horrifying scandal. Those left behind scramble to salvage what remains of a legacy that may never be whole again. Federal agents continue their tireless work raiding storage units, tracing suspicious financial transactions, and interviewing former nannies, midwives, and guardians once trusted within the show's community. The details investigators are uncovering read more like a crime novel than a reality TV story. The most chilling discovery: a journal found in a trunk at the back of Robyn's master bedroom closet, confirmed to be hers. Its pages reveal handwritten notes detailing rehoming practices, custody transfers conducted without legal approval, and eerie rituals aimed at removing negative energy from disobedient spirits. Many pages were heavily redacted. Forensic experts chemically treated them to reveal hidden text describing spiritually guiding certain children to families deemed more worthy. The meaning remains unclear, but legal experts call the implications haunting. The investigation uncovered a paper trail linking Robyn to a defunct nonprofit claiming to place children from troubled polygamist families into better homes. Beneath this facade were complex money transfers involving offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands and Belize, with large withdrawals suspiciously labeled family transition stipends. When Meri learned that several of these questionable transactions happened while she lived on the same property, she fainted. Through tears, she told a close friend, "They used our name, our reputation, our children to launder pain." He used the Sister Wives platform as a shield, and Robyn was the architect. Janelle, usually the family's calm anchor, broke down in a live Instagram video that quickly went viral with over 18 million views. Looking directly into the camera, she said, "I don't know what hurts more, that the man I once believed in is gone, or that the woman I defended all these years could betray us like this. Kody didn't just break our marriage, he broke the law. He shattered innocent children's souls. And I stood by him, believing it was sacred." Christine's silence has only deepened the heartbreak. After posting her final message, she closed all public accounts. Friends say she's barely functioning. She hasn't eaten, cries constantly, and repeats the same anguished question: "How could he do this to our family?" A family insider revealed it was Christine's daughter, Isabel, who first learned of the arrests through a trending TikTok video. At first, she thought it was a joke until she saw her father in handcuffs and Robyn being taken away in a police car. It shattered her. It shattered them all. Several older Brown children have now come forward anonymously to investigators. Some recall childhood friends who mysteriously vanished. Others describe strange visitors arriving at odd hours for religious consultations. One chilling memory comes from an adult sibling who overheard Robyn whisper, "Don't ask about the guests in the basement. Just pray for them, they're being moved to something greater." Meanwhile, federal prosecutors are building a multi-state case, with charges including conspiracy, trafficking, fraud, and obstruction. Legal experts estimate Kody and Robyn could face 25 years or more in prison. Despite overwhelming evidence, some supporters refuse to accept the truth. A group calling themselves Free, the True Spiritual Leaders, launched a GoFundMe to cover Kody and Robyn's legal fees. It raised nearly $80,000 before being shut down. Critics label the group a digital cult, clinging to a dangerous fantasy, one rapidly collapsing. TV networks have pulled Sister Wives reruns. Sponsors are withdrawing. And TLC has officially canceled all Brown-related programming. The planned spin-off, Sister Wives Legacy, focusing on the next generation, is indefinitely shelved. Even the unaired series finale is under legal review due to footage and statements relevant to the case. One unreleased scene features Robyn discussing her special calling as a guardian of spirits, abandoned by others footage editors say made them physically ill. The Brown family empire, once hailed as a groundbreaking look into plural marriage and modern family life, is in ruins. Assets frozen, book deals canceled, Janelle's cooking brand pulled, and Meri's wellness retreats now targets of conspiracy theories. A former fan summed up the public's disillusionment painfully. "We believed in them, we watched them, we laughed with them. Now we wonder, were we watching a TV show or a nightmare?" But the worst victims are the children. More than a dozen are trapped in emotional devastation. Many are now involved with Child Protective Services. Others are in therapy. Some refuse to leave their rooms. One young child, terrified for his safety, asked, "Is Dad going to take me away too?" Christine, Janelle, and Meri are working closely with legal teams to protect the children. They've filed civil lawsuits against Kody and Robyn, not just for damages, but to seek justice. Christine's legal petition is especially powerful, with over 200 pages documenting emotional abuse and financial coercion. One haunting line reads, "He never needed chains to hold us back. He only needed silence and faith." Now I see how deadly that was. As the investigation deepens and courtroom battles unfold, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. The Browns, once pioneers of spiritual family life, are now a cautionary tale of unchecked power, warped spirituality, and hidden evil behind the mask of love. Kody and Robyn, once champions of a modern blended family, now face the very real possibility of spending their lives behind bars. And the rest of the family is left to gather the shattered pieces of trust, innocence, and